Hi guys, I'm going to read chapter 3 right now. In chapter 3, Isadora is going to start school. So I want you to be thinking about how her feelings change from the beginning of the chapter to the end of the chapter, if they do change. Okay, thanks. Fairy school. Teacher, Mr. Sparkletoes. Likes neat handwriting, butterflies, camping in the wilderness, and magic. 9 a.m. Lesson 1, wand waving. 10:30 a.m. break time, coconut milk and organic cupcakes. 11 o'clock, lesson 2, dancing. 12:30 p.m. lunchtime, buttercup soup with acorn pancakes. 2 p.m. lesson 3, flower garlands. 4 p.m. home time. I felt nervous the night before fairy school. I think Pink Rabbit did too. I can always tell when Pink Rabbit is nervous or excited because he fidgets all night. He fidgeted all that night and I didn't sleep a wink. That's why I was very tired the next day when Mom came in to get me up. Come on, Isadora, rise and shine, she said. It's time for fairy school. I just know you're going to love it. She led me downstairs for my morning bath in the garden pond. Mom loves to bathe in the pond among the lily pads and thinks we should all do the same. It's so nice to be at one with nature. Personally, I prefer when Dad is in charge of bath time. It is much less cold. When Dad is in charge of bath time, he switches all the lamps off and lights lots of candles. It's very relaxing. Sometimes he makes shadow puppets dance across the walls for me too. That's my favorite kind of bath. The fairy school was on top of a hill covered in flowers. It looked like a giant cupcake with windows and doors. Glitter puffed out from the giant shiny cherry top. Doesn't it look wonderful? Said Mom. Then she kissed my cheek and flew away. I stood looking at the school, holding Pink Rabbit's paw. He needed me to hold his paw because everything was so new and a little scary. My teacher was named Mr. Sparkletoes. He had pink hair that looked like the icing on a cupcake. Good morning, class, he said. Today we are going to learn how to use a magic wand. I had always wanted a wand of my very own. Suddenly, I knew fairy school was for me. After all, who doesn't want a glittery wand that can grant wishes? We are going to make wonderful things appear, said Mr. Sparkletoes. All you need to do is wave your wand and imagine. You should all be naturals at it. He handed everyone a sparkly silver wand. At once, every fairy began to wave their wand in the air. Nice things began to appear around the classroom. Little kittens, giant bowls of ice cream, striped lollipops, towering birthday cakes, freshly squeezed lemonade. What shall we wish for, Pink Rabbit? I asked. Pink Rabbit bounced up and down beside me. Carrot cake? I said. Good idea. I imagined a huge towering cake covered in creamy icing and decorated with little candied carrots. Whoosh! I waved my wand. A single carrot dropped out of the air and rolled across the floor. I frowned. That's not what I was imagining, I said. I closed my eyes and thought of the cake again. I could see it very clearly. I knew exactly what it was supposed to look like. It had 5 layers and a little candy rabbit on top. I waved my wand again. Whoosh! Still, no cake appeared. Instead, the carrot started to grow. It rolled around on the floor, getting bigger and bigger all the time. Oh dear, I said to Pink Rabbit. I looked around for Mr. Sparkletoes, but he was busy taste testing a fairy's cake over on the other side of the room. The carrot was now huge. Stop growing, I said to it. Stop! But the carrot did not stop. It kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Mr. Sparkletoes, I called. But he didn't hear me over the excited chatter of all the fairies. I stared at the giant carrot. A few of the fairies nearby had noticed it now. They were pointing and laughing. It was embarrassing. I waved my wand at the carrot once more. There was a whoosh and a shower of sparks. Stop growing, I thought. Turn into a cake. The carrot stopped growing, but it did not turn into a cake. Instead, it sprouted a pair of black bat wings and began to flap itself into the air. I shouted, Mr. Sparkletoes! Finally, he turned around, just in time to see the giant carrot zooming around the classroom, crashing from wall to wall and destroying everything in its way. Cake and lemonade exploded everywhere, splattering the walls and splashing all over the floor. Take cover, shouted Mr. Sparkletoes, immediately leaping underneath his desk at the front of the classroom. All the other fairies followed his lead, diving under their desks too. I crouched down under mine and listened to the bangs and crashes above my head. This is all my fault, I thought, reaching out for Pink Rabbit's paw. But Pink Rabbit's paw was not there, and neither was Pink Rabbit. Where was he? I peered out from under the desk through the lemonade rain and shower of cake crumbs. My heart felt tight in my chest. What if he had been squashed? But then I saw him. He was on the other side of the room, opening one of the big classroom windows. What a clever rabbit, I thought. The window swung open and a cool summery breeze floated into the room. The carrot stopped in midair. It did a somersault. Then it pointed its nose toward the open window and rocketed out into the sky, scattering a trail of cake crumbs and lollipops behind it. Everything went quiet for a second, and no one said anything. Then Mr. Sparkletoes got out from under his desk and smoothed down his shirt. Come on, everyone, he said. Get out from under your desks. Honestly, hiding under your desks because of a carrot? Then he said, Isadora, I don't think you have the best fairy skill for wand waving. Oh, well, I thought, maybe I am completely a vampire after all.